Hello and welcome to Liberty First Credit Union Arena for this weekend's matchup between your Omaha Junior Lancers and the Mason City Mohawks. As it stands right now, this would be a preview of the first round in the playoffs in Des Moines in a couple of weeks. Omaha sitting in the 3 seed, Mason City comfortably in the 6 seed. So maybe a preview of what we'll see in Des Moines coming up in the first weekend in March. Your starting netminders today in goal for the Mason City Mohawks will be number 31, Chandler Radcliffe. Your starting lineup for the Omaha Junior Lancers in net number 32, Jaden Salato. On defense, Zach Farnsworth, Jackson Lundgren. Then Ben Parsons line out there. He's between Rhett Werner and Nolan Fitzpatrick. 2 stick taps and a Ric Flair from the Omaha bench. We are underway here in Ralston. Played right out to the middle. Werner a try, goes wide of the net. Held in the zone. Now Farnsworth looking in front, spinning away now in the corner. Tried to throw one out in front for Werner, but was behind him. Now a shot from the point. Rebound out for Fitzpatrick. Just couldn't get there in time. Now Rhett Werner just played it in behind, taken over by Mason City and up ice. Across for Canteris, just in front of him. Now throws one on from the corner. Goes up top to the point. Now loose at the side of the net. A Mohawk try there. They couldn't get it past Salato. Now played out to the point again. A shot, hit a body in front. Bothwell now up to center. Behind Banizak. Pierce will give chase. D for Statcham. Starts to break out for Martizan. He's behind him. He's able to skate up to it. Now dips it up for Chase. Behind Riley. Knocked off the puck there by Hubbard. Now Lang moves up the wall out of the zone. Omaha will touch up and send it right back in. Riley in behind the net. Up the wall by Pierce. Shot right back in and gloved down there by Radcliffe, and he'll hang on for the whistle. Just a little under 2 minutes played here in this first period. No score yet. Faceoff goes in behind the Mason City net. Played out in front, and Wilmers just couldn't get a stick on it. Kind of in a soft spot between his stick and skates. Now played off the side of the net. Salato had to glove that down. It hit off the back wall and was coming right out in front of the crease. And he'll just hang on to it at the side of the net for a whistle. Top line out there for Mason City. Canteris is taking the draw against Wilmers. Wins it back. Lloyd a try from the point. Hit a body in front into the corner. Now played up for Roby at center. He'll just chip it in deep. Roby on the near side there to stuff it back into the corner, but it goes up into the netting out of play. Faceoff's going to stay in the Mason City zone. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be watching here at Liberty First Credit Union Arena. I'm Zach Kraus, Pat Diagosto running the camera as always, bringing you this weekend's action. Ben Parsons stepping in to take this face-off now with Canteris. One back for Fitzpatrick. Up top for Farnsworth. Chased by Despinis. Now played out in front. Fitzpatrick a try, just redirected wide to the net. Now Bieber spinning away from a hit there. Werner coming in to hold the zone. Chipped out by Despinis, and now he'll head up ice. Played in behind the Omaha net. Parsons able to muscle his way through. Fights through a stick lift and clears the zone. Crane steps up. He'll throw it back into the Omaha end. Lundgren now will walk up ice. Mason City tried to get a couple of changes off. He'll dump it in. Lloyd back to retrieve for the Mohawks. He'll start up ice. Cross ice pass out of the reach of Lang. No icing. It's going to be on net. Farnsworth now behind. Bothwell in front. Couldn't get a Mohawk stick. Now Riley a try. Hit a body in front. Rebound. Didn't make it to Salado. Now Chase on the backhand. Couldn't clear. Has time now in his own zone. He'll use that speed and just skate it out and chip it towards the Mohawk blue line. Riley went D to D. Now up that far wall. Bador took it over and chipped it up for Martizan into the Mason City zone. Radcliffe left it behind. Held in by Barnhart on the pinch. Bador giving chase now into the corner. Played off the wall and out of the zone. Barnhart again on it. Cross ice pass for Chase. He'll spin and backhand it into the zone again. Controlled by Mason City down low. Now a centering pass for Pierce on the way through. Got knocked off of his stick, and Mason City will just turn and ice it all the way down. We'll head back to the Mohawk end with 13:03 left to go in this first period. Still scoreless. Mason City with the early shot advantage as well, 3-1 as it stands right now. Off the draw, puck's tied up and squeaks out of the zone. Farnsworth at the red line will just chip it in deep. Bouncing puck, blocker to side by Radcliffe into the corner. Now chipped up and out into the Omaha zone. Farnsworth will skate over, no icing. Took a hit as he wrapped it around. Lloyd into hold. Threw it right out in front. Skated away by Lundgren, and a bad angle shot was saved by Salad. Wrapped around to the near side. Roby looking to just pitch it out. Makes a nice pass for Wilmers. Using that speed to get around one. Now chips it by another. In front, Eiler couldn't get to it in time. Roby just moving it forward on net, but Radcliffe makes the save. Rebound moves into the corner. Wilmers out. Shot it wide. Now tipped in front, wide to the net. Eiler just played it there for Roby. Despinis takes over. Now the Mohawks clear up the near side. Here's Crane. Cuts back to the middle around Lundgren. He'll backhand it in and get a change. Farnsworth now on the regroup. Bad pass off the wall. Mason City holds the zone. Riley will step in. Just threw one on net. Rebound was there. Bargan couldn't get there in time, and it sent all the way down just wide of the Mason City net. Icing called on the Junior Lancers. 11:42 left to go in the first period. Fast start to this hockey game. Both teams getting a couple of chances here early, but unable to solve the netminders just yet. Cody Parsons will step in to take this draw against Canteris now. He's out there with Allred and Erstad as his wings. Now we're going to get a quick timeout. Looks like there's a problem with the Zamboni door. Both teams are going to go to their benches. Looks like there's a crack in the glass maybe, or a glass pane out of place down in the near side corner. And that's going to delay play here for a little bit. We're going to take a break as well. Try and update you as much as we can. We'll be back with more Junior Lancer hockey on the Omaha Hockey Network. All right, looks like we got the divider in the glass back situated and screwed in. That was what the issue was, so the pane of glass was just barely hanging on there. Appreciate our crew here at Liberty First Credit Union Arena getting on that and it fixed as quick as possible. 11:42 left to go here in this first period. We're all tied up at 0. Ben Parsons line out there against Canteris on the draw, who wins it back for Crane. Down low in the corner, funneled out in front. Taken over there by Farnsworth and chipped out of the zone. Salado across for Werner. Up the wall, not out. Now taken over by Omaha. Farnsworth the other way. Dangles around one. Couldn't get back to the puck in time, though, as Despinis takes over. Lundgren swiping at it. Couldn't hold the zone. Then Farnsworth lost his stick. In comes Despinis 2-0. Shot saved by Salado. Goes wide of the net. Big time save from Salad, keeping this thing scoreless. Chipped off the glass, still in the Omaha zone. Lundgren couldn't clear. Canteris in front, looking for Despinis, but was behind him. Now Farnsworth got tossed a stick, but he'll head off for the change. Puck goes into Radcliffe, and he'll hang on for the whistle. Pace didn't slow down much right there after the brief stoppage to fix the glass. It picked right back up where we left off. Both teams getting a couple chances. The best one coming on the stick of Despinis for Mason City. Now off the draw. Chase a try to save from Radcliffe through traffic. The good shot there from Chase. Low and hard, just didn't find its way past Radcliffe. Back out to center. Barnhart throws it right back in. Played in behind the net. Mart is in there giving chase. Works its way up the wall. Barrigan able to chip it out for Rulo. Walks in, tried to throw one on net, hit a stick and wide. Now up top to the point. Lloyd a try, goes wide of the net, right back out to the side. Now in behind for Lang. He'll cycle it in behind again, off the back of the net, taken over by Denver Stacham. Martisan up for Mikey Chase. Makes a move around Lloyd, but can't take the puck with him. Lloyd will start back up ice for the Mohawks. Has Lang with him. He'll just fire it into the glove of Salado, who plays it out. Farnsworth off the wall, now up for Eiler. Brooks Eiler with it, hesitates at the red line, and dumps it in. Radcliffe out to slow it up behind the Mason City net. Crane, a couple nice moves, cuts up the middle. Had it poked free for a moment by Roby, but then he'll just chip it out to center. Lundgren trying to play it forward. Crane D-to-D for Lloyd. Up for Canteris and chipped in off the linesman. Finally into the Omaha zone. Lundgren now around, goes up the middle off a body. Hubbard up the wall, no icing. Farnsworth to retrieve for Omaha. Pick play from Roby, uncalled. And now Wilmers will head up ice across the blue line, fires in wide of Radcliffe. He's the first one to it in the corner, though. Trying to beat Riley for that loose puck. Cycles it over for Werner. Wrapped back in behind for Lachlan Wilmers. Around the top of the circle, tried to throw one on net, but got knocked off his stick. And now here comes Canteris the other way. Stretch pass, nice stick there from Lundgren. Gets in the way of the pass. Mason City offside will have to touch up, and they'll just head off for the change. Played in behind by Crane. He'll just throw it up the wall for Bothwell. Held in the zone. Parsons in on the forecheck. Can't keep it down low. Moves up the wall. Played behind Werner. Now Pierce with the step. One-on-one with Banaszak. Shoots it wide. Holds up in behind the net. In the corner, a centering feed off a skate. Hit the side of the net. Parsons up for Werner. Backhand sauce across for Fitzpatrick. They'll get across the red line and fire it in deep. Heads off for the change. Fresh unit out there now for the Junior Lancers. Bador's line as they set up in a neutral zone trap, played off the near side wall. Banizak retreats. Barnhart just turned and fired a pass to the far side when in between a couple of forwards. Icing called on the Junior Lancers. I get wanting to move that one up quickly, but you got to pick your head up and make sure you're making a tape-to-tape pass to make that quick up effective. Otherwise, you're just throwing it away, and that could lead to an icing call like we just saw right there. Mason City on the draw. Able to hold the zone at the line. Lundgren trying to pinch up. Can't win the race. It's in the corner now. Wilmer's helping out. Now Hubbard throws it on net. Hit Canteris in front and never made it to Salado. Now Eiler will skate out. Stick battle at the red line for a bouncing puck. Picked up by Canteris. He'll turn and throw right back in. Chipped away. Now Roby a chance up ice. Working 1-on-2. Has some help with Wilmers. Cuts in around the defense, but just couldn't hang on to the puck as Lloyd now takes over behind the net. Stretch pass for Canteris again. He'll work 1-on-1 with Farnsworth. Good stick. Right to Lloyd, though. Shot on. Saved by Salado. Lundgren off the wall for Eiler. Off his skate. Still in the zone. Scott with it. Knocked off the puck there by Roby into the corner. Big collision there from a couple of big bodies. Now wrapped up that far side wall. Gets out of the zone. Crane all the way back to his own blue line. Fakes the first pass. Now finds Barr again on this near side. And then Mason City touched it offside. That'll give us a neutral zone draw here with 6 minutes left to go in the first period. Still knotted up at 0. Pierce's line out there for Mason City. Omaha counters with Badors as Banizak will go back to retrieve the faceoff victory. D for Barnhart, then up the wall into the feet of Martizan, who collects. Can't make the pass across. It's shipped back for the Omaha defense. Up for Chase, bouncing off of his stick. Now works towards the net. Fires off the side. Now Bador in the corner. Out in front. Tipped on net, and Radcliffe had to make a good save that time. Now Banizak all the way back to retrieve. Up for Chase. Bounced over his stick. Played back to the Omaha line. Chase trying to buy time. Bad pass taken over by Mason City and thrown on net. Played there at the top of the circle. Held in by Lloyd. Shot on. Blocked in front by Barnhart. Chase picks up the loose puck at the blue line. Cuts back outside. Lost control of it as Crane poked it free there. Walls him up just inside the blue line. Mason City able to exit. Barnhart chips it back in. Picked up by Bador just inside the line. Fires. Got to hit the net from there. Back into the middle for Canteris. They'll just cycle it down low and head off for a change. Bador wraps it up the wall for Fitzpatrick. Cutting in behind Crane, looking for a center, loose in the crease, and Radcliffe, I think, made an initial save, and the rebound stayed out in the slot. Farnsworth down low for Werner, who threw it back out in front again off a stick, and Mason City collects and exits the zone across for Lang into the corner. Lundgren back will reverse it for Farnsworth. Lost it in behind him. Werner there to help out. D again for Lundgren. Up ahead for Fitzpatrick, over his stick, able to control it though. Banked off the wall for Parsons, ahead of him. Hubbard negates the icing. A nice reverse back there for Riley. Headman pass in front of Lang. Statcham cuts it off, starts up ice, but turns back. Now Lundgren. Stretch pass, hit a couple of sticks, and a funny hop off the stanchion there on the gate. Kept it from going into the Mason City zone. No icing in behind the Omaha net now. Banizak. Cross ice pass for Allred. Off his stick. He'll gain control just inside the line. Pulls up at the top of the circle. Drops it down low. Finds the far side. Banizak. He'll step into one. Fires. Got tipped wide. And Lundgren there took a high hit, nothing called. Loose puck in the corner. Statcham will get back and just fire it right back in. Omaha had to touch up. All right at the red line. Soft dump into the zone. Eiler there on the forecheck. Creates a loose puck out from the corner and a backhand went over the net. Hard to miss the net from that angle, but we seem to do it. Now Eiler just rolled off his stick right before he shot it. Then Radcliffe makes a save, still loose in front of the crease. Digging away at it, and Radcliffe finally able to locate the loose puck and get a glove on it as we have a couple of pushing and shoving matches in the crease shortly after. It's like no penalty called there, and we'll stay 5-on-5. It just boiled over a little bit after the whistle. Both teams looking for that loose puck. Radcliffe able to locate it and get that glove on it. Keep this thing scoreless. Omaha denied on their best scoring opportunity of the game, and now we'll have a discussion with the linesman here. I think it was a discussion on who exactly covered up that puck in the crease. We'll play on here, 2:43 left to go in this first period. Tied up off the draw, Werner just backhands it into the corner. Cycled down low, Mason City able to read it as Hubbard tried to skate out. Knocked off the puck in front for Fitzpatrick, walking in, fires, couldn't get a shot off, then Radcliffe stretching out at the post, able to keep it out. A mad scramble to the front, and Radcliffe able to keep it out in the spread eagle post to post. Mason City offside. And then that shot, you can tell Hubbard just let it go right as the whistle was blowing. Didn't mean to shoot that after, as Farnsworth wanted to have a word with that. 2:16 left to go in this first period. Both teams some good scoring chances, but can't beat either senior goaltender. Barnhart off the face-off win, up for Martizan. Can't control the pass. Lloyd keeps it there at the red line. Underneath the stick of Banaszak in behind the net. He'll wait and start the breakout from there. Over for Martizan. Chipped off the wall, then off the official and held in the zone. Shot from there, hit a couple of bodies in front. Then chipped off the glass over everybody and out of the zone. Race for it there. Martizan trying to win it. Moves it in behind the net. Good hustle there from Six and White to keep that puck down low in the zone. Now Omaha with possession of it. Chase, just had it poked free and out of the zone. Dumped back in. Funny hop. Crane was expecting it to go up the wall. Chase in front, but a good recovery from Mason City blocks the pass, and they'll take over in the corner. Banaszak D to D. Gives it up for Barnhart. Cross ice pass. Sticked in by Bador into the zone. Eiler now. First one to it in the corner. Throws it behind the net. Mason City first one to it. Bargain all the way across in between Bieber's feet. Couldn't hang on to it. Now Riley up ice will just chip it in. Salato there to play it off into the corner. Chipped off the glass, not out. Eiler will support and clear the zone. Chipped around the defense and in behind the Mason City net. Hubbard out to center. Farnsworth controlling there. Toe drag. Now he'll start up ice. Cuts it in wide. Looking for the net shot on. Maybe got a blocker of Radcliffe. And then Lundgren couldn't quite get there in time to hold the zone. Tied up there inside the red line. Wilmers heads towards the zone there. Got his stick lifted and lost control of the puck. Now Werner there to try and move it in deep. Just turns and cycles it back down low. Riley is looking to pin it up for these last few seconds. And he does just that. We'll head to the locker room. Both teams unable to get one by the goaltenders just yet. Shots on goal after the first 8 aside, as we're still scoreless after 1. We'll be back for the start of the second period. You're watching Junior Lancer Hockey on the Omaha Hockey Network. Welcome back to Liberty First Credit Union Arena for start of the second period between your Omaha Junior Lancers and the Mason City Mohawks. 0-0 after the first period of play. A brief little discussion with the Omaha bench before we get back ready for the second period. Parsons line will start off this second period for the Junior Lancers against Canteris and the Mohawks here. Off the draw, Fitzpatrick. Just tried to chip it off the wall and into the Mason City zone, but goes into the Omaha bench, and we'll have our first quick whistle of the period. Face-off controlled by Omaha. Farnsworth off the wall looking for Werner. He's there to just play it in. Goes in behind for Crane. Knocked off the puck there. Over to the far side. Lundgren couldn't hold it down low. It's thrown back into the corner. Now Crane, cross-ice pass, looking for Despinis in front of him. Farnsworth back to get it. No icing, beats it to the line. Now tied up there in the corner. Up top for Lloyd. On net, tipped in. Dominic Despinis just skating right through the slot, able to reach his stick back and get a tip on it. On its way through past Salado, and the Mason City Mohawks have the first lead of the hockey game. It's 1-0. Mason City, the first goal here early in this second period. We're still inside a minute played in the period to give the Mohawks the 1-0 lead. Wrapped around for Banizak at the point, bouncing over his stick, able to hold it, but now the Mohawks go back the other way. A diving play by Statcham gets behind him. Pierce now walks in, fires, saves Salado. Rebound was there, but got cleared out by the Omaha defense. Another try blocker to side. Now thrown out in front. Salado able to make a couple of saves and then it's played out to the half wall. Up for Chase. Using his speed, gets behind Riley. Walks in, back door for Bedora. Try off the side of the net. Tied up now in the corner. Out for Pierce. Bumped into the middle. Played out by Hubbard in front. But as it looks like it was Martizan down low who centered that right into the crease. Farnsworth just chips this one back in. Lang stretch pass over everyone's stick. An icing called on Mason City here. 15:07 left to go in the second period. Off the draw, one back for Eiler. A shot through traffic, but got directed wide of the net off a leg. Now in front, Farnsworth. Oh, he was going to walk into it, but it hit a wet spot and just stopped right in the slot. Farnsworth was going to walk in from the point and let one go. Now Mason City the other way. Canteris trying to backhand one in front. Couldn't find its way through. Now glove down there by Lloyd. Still battling there at the top of the circle. Farnsworth able to skate his way out of it. Wilmers trying to get around Lloyd. Got walled up there into the corner. Crane, backhand pass. Up ahead. Here's Bieber now walking in. Finds Despinis again cutting to the net, but just couldn't get it on his stick to get it over the pad of Salado. Canteras now in the corner. Cycles it for Despinis. He'll just cycle it back down low looking for Bieber. It was too hard, and now Farnsworth looks to play it up the wall. Takes a check from behind, and a penalty coming up on Mason City. Lloyd will touch up, and we'll get the call. Let's see what it is. Farnsworth pleading his case for a check from behind, and it will be. A big blow for the Mohawks there as Bieber to the box for a 2 and a 10 for a check from behind. One of the top point getters for this Mohawk team will now be in the box for 12 minutes. Big power play coming up now for OJL, trying to tie this hockey game. Byer will step in to serve the penalty, or the 2-minute penalty, I should say. Face-off controlled by Omaha. Banaszak across for Bador as they'll set up the power play. Shot in, looking for that backdoor tip. Got blocked in front. That one rifled wide by Banaszak. Chasing behind, lost control of it. Thrown up the wall and held in. Bador sidesteps a man. Got taken down, no call coming. And sent all the way down. Dropped for Chase behind the net. He'll work up this near side wall all the way into the Mason City zone. A stick handle, then he'll try to bull rush the Mohawk defenseman. But Mason City gets on the loose puck and sends it all the way down. He'll try up this near side again, this time cutting towards the middle. He'll cut across the top of the circle, tried to backhand shot. It gets directed wide of the net. And now another delayed call coming up on Mason City as Riley took out Chase from behind the play, and Chase having problems getting into the bench. Now he will. Harehill screaming to give them the puck. Finally, they'll touch it. Coach must have heard my broadcast last week. We had the puck all the way in our zone. In that case, yeah, just give it up to Mason City and get the 5-on-3 with as much time as you can. So slashing penalty on Riley gives a 5-on-3 power play to OJL for 45 seconds. Mason City able to win the draw, wrapped all the way around, but Bador able to get there and hold the zone. They'll start to shrink it in a little bit. Farnsworth walking in, fires, looking for that back door, but Radcliffe makes the save. Rebound corralled by Bador again. Looking for Eiler just in front of him and goes off into the corner. Now spinning away from a hit there. Lloyd will pin up. Now another man will chase in behind. Wilmers will control it. Looking to work it up top. 15 seconds left to go in the two-man advantage. Still loose. Radcliffe can't get there in time. They score. Brooke Seiler on the power play. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we've got a tie hockey game again. And even more important, it came on the 5-on-3 with 9 seconds left to go in the two-man advantage. Omaha will keep the power play for another minute and 25 seconds to try and now take the lead. Brooke Seiler from Lachlan Wilmers on the power play, tying this game back at 1. Omaha still on the power play. D-to-D for Banaszak. Up for Martisan. Takes a hit and moves it up for Warner, who then throws a reverse hit on Lloyd. I don't know why Mason City would want a penalty that time, as Lloyd stepped up to make the hit on Werner, who just went right through him. Chase controlling there at the red line. Cuts across the blue line into the zone. Catches an edge there, trying to peel off. And Mason City able to clear it out to center. Bedore across for Banaszak. Now across the blue line, he'll cut behind Lloyd into the corner. Crane first one to it. 30 seconds left to go in the power play as Barnhart lost an edge there in the blue line, unable to hold the zone. Slotto up ahead for Bedore. He'll just turn and start back up ice. All the way for Roby on the far side. Eiler let it go between his feet. And now Bedore just fired it in. Radcliffe there to move it into the corner. He'll head off for the change. Wilmer's fresh off the bench. Can't hang on to the puck. Statcham was back watching the box. Is now Mason City back to full strength. But gave up the power play goal on the 5-on-3 that tied things back at 1. Wilmer's now walking in. Forgot the puck, and it's sent back into the Omaha zone. Should be icing. No, they wave it off. Statcham now to the half wall, had his pass intercepted, then tipped out of the zone. A rolling puck's not going to make it to the end line. Radcliffe's going to race all the way out and cover it up and get the whistle. (10-11) left to go here in this second period. We've seen both goals come in this period, one from each team. Mason City getting on the board first. Despinis from Lloyd. And then on the power play, Eiler from Wilmers tying things back at 1. A bouncing puck in the Mason City zone controlled by the Mohawks. On edge past the red line, and they'll dump it in. Despinis first one to it in the corner for Mason City. He'll throw it up the wall looking for Hubbard, taken over by Omaha. Bounced off a stick. Now Crane having trouble with it. In onside is Fitzpatrick. Left it there for Parsons. Shot on, saved by Radcliffe. Rebound goes in! Nolan Fitzpatrick buries the rebound from Parsons, and it's 2-1 Omaha. Good neutral zone support on the zone entry. Fitzpatrick got knocked off the puck. Parsons came in and picked it up, continued the rush. Got a shot on target. Again, I'll emphasize that on target that created a rebound in front of Radcliffe. That Fitzpatrick was able to bang home. It's 2-1 Omaha now with 9:43 left to go in the second period. Parsons line back out there after giving Omaha the 2-1 lead. He's able to win the draw back. Mason City, though, jumps on it and moves it into the Omaha zone. Played to the point for Lloyd. He'll dish it down low for Despinis. Went off his stick and now clears the zone. D to D. That's Medlin who'll just chip it in. Farnsworth back to get it. Lost it in his skates. Now he'll turn and move it away from some pressure as Werner will wrap it up that far side. Finds the stick of Fitzpatrick, but his pass was behind Parsons, and this one will bank all the way down. Icing called on the junior Lancers here with 9:07 left to go in the second period. Defensive zone face-off now for OJL. One back by Bedore into the corner. Chipped off the glass. Chase there throwing a body trying to clear. Still held in the zone. Mason City will fish it out and keep it down low. Now thrown in front off the side of the net. Goes in behind. Barnhart up for Martizan. Breakout pass for Chase out of the zone. Now numbers for Omaha coming back the other way. Gets behind Hubbard. Able to direct it on to Radcliffe, who made a save, then shot on. Radcliffe lost his glove, and he's finally able to get his hand up and signal the referee for the whistle. And the official's defense, he had it on the ground, and he couldn't see from his angle that he had lost his blocker on the play. Faceoff's going to stay inside the Mason City zone here. 8:36 left to go in the second period. Wilmer's right on net off the draw, saved there by Radcliffe, who immediately gets his stick up high as he saw Roby looking for that rebound. One back. Eiler a shot, goes wide of the net. Thrown in back behind. Wilmer's first one to it, can't move it into the corner. Able to get his stick in the way of a breakout pass, though. Loose puck in front, just redirected wide. Roby still on the forecheck, has it in the corner, drops it off for Wilmers, gets it back, kicked out in front, but Crane there to move it aside for Mason City. Lundgren unable to hold the zone. Now Eiler a big hit there, but a penalty coming up. Don't worry, guys. He called it. It's a 2 and a 10 for boarding. Give the official some time to maybe call it. He immediately put his arm up after the hit from Eiler, so now Brooks will be in the box for 12 minutes as well. So Mason City will now get a power play opportunity to try and tie the hockey game back at 2. They're able to control the face-off. Up top for Lloyd. Shot on, hit a body in front, never made it on net. Despinis in the near side. Up top for Lloyd. Across the blue line. Crane will walk in, had it bounce off his stick. Glove down there by Allred. Now he'll just pin it up. Didn't realize he had time to turn around and ice it down. Still killing a good amount of seconds there in the corner. Now in front, Despinis had his stick lifted, couldn't clear. Lloyd a try, redirected up and over the net. Played in behind by Pierce. Looking for some help, he'll cycle it down low. Contreras with it in behind. Fires, kick save, Salado. Rebound goes behind the net. Stuff attempt, blocked by the Omaha defense and sent all the way down. Mason City now controlling behind their own net halfway through their power play. Despinis, he'll just dump it in, takes the hit from Parsons. Lundgren picks up the loose puck in behind, and he'll backhand this one all the way down. Played in behind. Parsons knocks Crane off the puck. Mason City able to regain control and start the breakout. Across for Crane. He'll get across the red line, then backhanded into the stick of Farnsworth. He'll turn and chip it off the glass and fire it all the way down. Final 25 seconds in the Mason City power play. And sent right back into the Mason City zone after a couple of missed passes. Up the wall. Stick lifted there by Stacham, but a 2-on-1 for Mason City the other way. Shot on, saved by Salado. Rebound still in play. Played in behind the net. Omaha back to full strength. In the corner, centered out in front. Blocked out into the point. Now a bouncing puck kicked aside by Salado. Lang with it in the corner. Centering feed, couldn't get a shot off. Still in the Omaha zone. A shot there, got blocked by Stacham. Now he'll turn and move this puck out to center. Off the skate of Banaszak. Now played up to the Mason City, or the Omaha blue line. Across for Hubbard. Off the wall into the Omaha zone. Race for it there. Chase able to control it. Up for Martizan. Off his stick, unable to hang on to the pass. There's Scott to move it back into the Omaha zone. Lloyd on the wrap. Salado there to slow it down. Stacham waiting for the breakout. Funny hop off the gate. Mason City back in control, but right to the stick of Bador. Chipped up ahead for Martisan. He'll kick it to his stick. Fired on, saved by Radcliffe. He'll control the rebound and hang on for the whistle. 4:48 left to go here in this second period. Omaha with the 2-1 lead. Wilmers is going to step in to take the face-off this time. Tied up, Mason City pulls it back. Chipped off the glass. Farnsworth gets the glove down and holds it. Given up for Wilmers. Shot through traffic off shin pads out of the zone. Chipped in. Now Lundgren pinching in to try and hold. It's played out. Despinis racing for it there with Farnsworth. Chipped into the corner. Now trying to cut towards the net. Good help there from Wilmers. Starts a break now the other way for Allred. Trying to chip it by Byer. Lost at center. Now chipped into the Mason City zone. Lloyd back to get it behind the net. Trying to spin away from Roby. Now Hubbard's cross ice pass for Canteras. Can't hang on to it. Chipped up ahead for Werner, who just turns and tried to fire it in. Fanned on it, and it's turned over. Mason City back into the Omaha zone. Chipped in, they'll get a change as Lundgren will pick up behind the net. Stretch pass was looking for Roby, cutting across that red line. Couldn't connect with him. Icing called on the play. As we'll head back to the Omaha zone. Face-off won back by Parsons. Barnhart will just wrap it to the far side for Fitzpatrick. Can't play it deep into the Mason City zone. Off a skate, though. Parsons there to move it behind. Werner shuts it off in behind the net. Tried to center it, but off a stick, and now Mason City able to get a clear. Lang, good hit there from Banaszak. Mason City still on the puck, though. Shot on, saved by Salado. Played back out in front. Banaszak. Behind the defense, now cutting in. Backhand try, saved by Radcliffe. Rebound picked up by Radcliffe, and they'll hang on for the whistle. 3:02 left to go in the second period. Omaha with the 2-1 lead. Off the draw, Wilmers trying to tie up. Moves over to the half wall. Mason City trying to play it up to the point. Held in initially by Lundgren. Now tied up just inside the blue. Allred waiting near the blue line to try and hold it if it squirts out that side. Still trying to work it free. Taken out by Wilmers. Tried to get a shot off. Didn't make its way through. Allred there. Left it for Roby. Turns, fires, save Radcliffe. And no rebound to be had as he'll hang on for the whistle. 2.5 left to go in the period. Omaha in front 2-1, as well in shots 22-19. Wilmers tried to go right on net with it. Goes in behind. Roby, first one to it. Down low. Allred just starting the cycle. Wilmers couldn't get there in time. Mason City looking to clear out of their zone. Lloyd being tied up by Wilmers. Gets behind Allred. Now Canteras. Stepped in front of there by Farnsworth. Waiting in behind the net now. Wanted to give it up for Bador, but Bador wasn't quite looking for it. Now he'll hit him on the blue line. Stretch pass over for Roby. He'll just dump it in the zone. Farnsworth. They're on the blue line to hold. Bador has a man going to the net. Shot saved by Radcliffe. Tried to get him on the backside, but didn't bank in and went behind the net. And then a bouncing puck over the stick of Banaszak, no icing. He got a tip on it. Didn't make it to the line anyways. Farnsworth streaking up the wall. Now he'll enter the Mason City zone. Peels off in the corner. Centering feed for Roby just in front of him. Couldn't get a shot off. Now Banaszak walks in from the point. Off a stick up into the netting, out of play. It looks like the faceoff will stay inside the zone. 1:09 left to go in this second period. Bieber out of the box now for Mason City after serving the 2 and a 10 for check from behind. And he'll immediately be tossed right back out there. Bador and Canteras in on the draw. Backhand try by Martizan went wide of the net. Now Despinis on the half wall. Spins away from pressure. Plays it across for Riley. Stretch pass went to right to Banaszak, and he'll play it up for Bador, who throws it into the zone. Under a minute left to go in the period. Bouncing puck held in. Off the stick. Now Martizan fires over the net. Gets his own rebound. And I think that one hit a body on its way through and goes into the netting for a whistle. 43 seconds left. A couple of good chances there for Martizan. Just couldn't find the net. Fitzpatrick's going to step in to take this face off here. He's going to try and win it back for Farnsworth at the point. Unable to do that. Chipped out to Farnsworth, though, unable to hold the zone. Left for Parsons and right back in. Tried to cut and center towards the net. Walled up there at the corner. Loose puck taken over by Riley. He'll move it forward. 2-on-2 the other way. Canteras fires it. Easy save for Salado. Fitzpatrick comes off the wall with it. Now he'll skate up ice. One hand pass up for Parsons. Played behind him by Werner. And that'll do it for 2 periods of play. After no scoring in the first, we see 3 in the second. 2 by the Junior Lancers. They'll head to the locker room with the 2-1 lead. We'll be back for the start of the third period. You're watching Junior Lancer Hockey on the Omaha Hockey Network. Welcome back to Liberty First Credit Union Arena for start of the third period between your Omaha Junior Lancers and the Mason City Mohawks. 2-1 Junior Lancer lead heading into the final period of play here in this Saturday night contest. Off the draw, Omaha able to move it back into the Mason City zone. Crane, first one on it. Throws it up the gut, makes its way out of the zone. Omaha quick to fire right back in as they'll go and touch up. Held in the zone there by Fitzpatrick. Wrapped in behind the Mason City net. Lloyd and Parsons tied up there. Now Lloyd will skate up the wall. Intercepted there by Werner and sent back into the corner. Bodies up Crane, then lost control of it. Puck finds its way up the wall. Now across for Lloyd. Fires it wide of the net. Hopped right in front. Canteris shoveled it wide. Off the wall for Chase. Chips it by the defense. And then they call the reverse hit. How was that an interference call? Chase played the puck in deep and then received the hit. It looks like they're going to get him for the rough. So not an interference. They get him with the high hands and the rough on Chase. And so Mason City is going to get the power play. Harehill doesn't know why because he gets no benefit for dumping the puck in as to why his hands were up high. Official not necessarily buying it. Off the draw, Mason City controls. Crane up top. They'll work it down low. Now back up top for Lloyd. A try. Hits a stick. Goes over the net. Despinas with it. At the top of the circle. Goes down low into the corner. Canteris. Backhand pass. Tried to run that same play Des Moines did a couple of times last week. This time Omaha was all over. Intercepted the pass. And sent it the length of the ice. Crane now. Behind all red across the line. Gives it up top for Lloyd. One-time shot right into the glove of Salato. He'll hang on for the whistle. 1:20 left to go in the Mason City power play. We've almost played 2 minutes in this third period. Omaha able to find a loose puck and send it all the way down. Fitzpatrick on the forecheck. Can't stop the pass, and now Mason City up ice. In front of Lang, and Farnsworth will just fire it all the way back down. Radcliffe again slowing things up. Parsons is going to chase him all the way behind. Creates a loose puck in behind the net. Stuff attempt still loose at the crease. Now goes in behind. Puck finds its way to Lang, and he'll streak up the boards across the Omaha line. Went off the side of the net right out in front, and then Omaha on it, able to clear. Riley all the way back. That's Lloyd all the way back for Mason City to retrieve that puck. Gives it up for Crane. For Canteris at the top. Across for Lloyd. Fires it on net. Saves Salato. Rebound still loose at the side, but Salato scrambling around. Able to find that loose puck and get the whistle. 12 seconds left to go in the Mason City power play. Canteris on the face-off with Wilmers this time. Wilmers able to win it back. Bad hop off the end wall. Mason City able to keep it in the zone. Bieber now in the corner. Spins away. Up top. Canteris. He'll wind up. Hit a body in front. Omaha out of the box. Back to full strength. A big kill from OJL. Keeps their 1-goal lead. Now Lloyd takes a hit there. Bouncing puck in front. Played now by Mason City. Canteris will just turn and fire it back into the corner. Wraps all the way around behind the net. Now a play in front. Desponis a try. Saved by Solano. And Barnhart there to clear it all the way down. Radcliffe's going to play it out to try and keep the pressure on. Bieber stretch pass. Didn't find Desponis. Icing called on the Mohawks, and the face-off will head back to the Mason City end. Couple of chances there on the power play for Mason City. Unable to beat Salado and tie the game just yet. 13:21 left to go in this third period. Wilmers is going to step in to take the face-off here with Pierce. Played right out into the slot. Off of Wilmer's body, bounced over his stick on the shot. Now Banaszak will throw it in. Stick to side by Radcliffe. Rebound stayed in play and then sent into the Omaha zone. Does it have enough for icing? Just enough. As it's whistled down on Mason City. Off the draw, tied up. Allred, a backhand try goes wide of the net. He's first one to it in the corner. Cycles it in behind, rolling on the rail. Finally falling to the ice. Then Wilmers, first one to a loose puck there. Cycles it down low for Eiler, who's out of the box now. Up top for Statcham, shot in off a body. Still loose inside the zone. Wilmers a try. Saved by Radcliffe. Rebound cleared out of trouble. To the far side, Banaszak. Bodied up there by Pierce. Puck tied up. Played into the Omaha zone. Stretch pass up for Allred. He'll chip it into the Mason City end. Glove down there by Wilmers. Couldn't get the shot on net. Still a bouncing puck loose in the crease. Makes its way off into the corner. Cycled down low to Allred. Couldn't get it back out in front. Now Radcliffe, without his stick, a couple of defensemen will try and push it back to him. Parsons digging for that loose puck. Comes away with it in the circle. Cycle it back down low, but it goes up into the netting, out of play, and the faceoff's going to come outside the zone. Off the draw, Mason City able to collect and start a regroup at center. For Canteris in the middle, but couldn't connect on the pass. Now Omaha trying to go the other way. Back and forth through center. Desponis tripped up. Rhett Werner, 2 minutes for tripping. Omaha back on the kill here with 11:37 left to go in the third. Omaha giving Mason City every opportunity to get back into this hockey game. It's their second power play here in this third period. We're still in the first half of it. Chase able to pick up a puck and clear the zone. Up ahead for Martizan, couldn't hang on to it. Goes into the corner. Pins his man up there. Now killing time. Good job here by Martizan, killing off some valuable seconds. Up for Canteris at the red line. Now he'll work in. Toe drags around Lundgren, cutting in, fires and scores. Kellen Canteris took the pass at the red line and goes all the way down. Beats Lundgren outside in. And another power play goal for the Mohawks has tied the hockey game back at 2. Halfway through this third period, we got ourselves a tied hockey game here. Eiler trying to work it towards the Mason City blue line. It's played back towards the red. Lundgren now with it. Across for Allred. Starts a break off the wall. Shot goes wide of the net. Now a loose puck in the corner, digging away at it. Allred couldn't hold the zone. It squeaks out to Wilmers. Throws it off the wall right to Rulo for Mason City. Getting in behind Farnsworth. Stuff attempt at the side of the net. Blocker to side, and now Farnsworth will start up ice. Nice toe drag around Scott. Now Omaha's got numbers going back the other way. Farnsworth trying to cut to the middle. Drops it off for Eiler. Cuts towards the net, but couldn't get a shot off. Now Barrigan able to clear the Mason City zone. Omaha trouble on the regroup. Stretch pass off the stick of Chase. Circles back to his own zone. Now he'll start back up ice with some speed. Cuts through the middle. Fires, scores! Michael Chase snipes it over Radcliffe. It's 3-2 Omaha. That's the way you answer a power play goal. You go and get one of your own to regain the lead. Michael Chase, unassisted at the 10-minute mark in this third period, has put the Junior Lancers back out in front 3-2. Now played in front, stick to side by Salado. Pierce in the corner, cycles it down low. Lang with it now. Looking up top, he'll cycle back down into the corner. Knocked away from him, and now Martizan across the ice gets out of the zone. Now Bothwell plays it in behind the net. Barnhart first one to it. Mason City on a change. Bador able to stick it by one. Can't get around another one, though, as Mason City will look to start up the other way. Fitzpatrick there to pick up a loose puck. Cuts to the far side. Through the benches, now feeds to the middle. A shot there for Martizan goes in wide of the cage. Regains control at the hash marks. Oh, but it just went by him and Barnhart and cleared the zone. 9 minutes left to go in the third period. Cross ice pass behind Fitzpatrick. Icing now on the Junior Lancers. Face off to the right of Salado. Tied up. Mason City wins it. Shot on, saved by Salado. The rebound cleared in behind the net. Moved off into the corner. Tied up there along the half wall now. Fitzpatrick able to come away with it. Chip it out to center. Lloyd had a poke free from him. He regains control and dishes it back for Crane. Off the wall, turned over. Farnsworth for Lundgren. Up to center, and Parsons will gain the line and chip it in deep. Now played back through center. Bieber left it there for Pierce. Good stick there from Lundgren. Moves it off into the corner. Moves the puck up the wall for Allred. Couldn't hang on to the pass. Then hit a body in front. Now Parsons back the other way. 2-on-2 with Allred. Cuts to the near side, then knocked off the puck. He'll chase it down into the corner. Tried to find Allred on that short side post. Now Lang back the other way. Dumps it in before taking a hit from Banizak. Now Statcham. Played it over to the half wall. Breakout pass, hopped over a stick. Going to check up, no icing. Statcham racing all the way down to force it into the corner. Now Pierce back the other way for Mason City across the red line. He'll dump it in deep. Allred behind the net. Wraps it to the far side. Eiler had to hop over a stick. Still in the zone. Statcham trying to win a race for it. Can't do it. Mason City holds it in. That's Crane at the point. Lloyd now will step in to hold. Played back for Banaszak off the wall. Wilmers couldn't hang on to it, but Eiler there to support and chip it out of the zone. D to D for Lloyd for the Mohawks on the regroup. Cross ice pass finds Despinas. In front, Canteris, backhand try, and a good stick from Salado stopped the pass getting to Bieber. And then this one chipped out of the zone, on edge, but not enough for icing. Crane back to get it for Mason City. Starts to regroup from behind the net. Outlet to Bieber, all the way across, but in front of Despinas, he wasn't quite ready for it. Chipped up ahead, now Chase, across the line, into the corner, centering feed, no one there. Played down low by Martizan, Chase with it. Now tied up along the corner. Mason City able to come out with it. Across for Bieber, and now into the Omaha zone. In front, out of the reach of Canteris. Now a centering feed off a stick, still there. Omaha able to get it clear. Not enough for icing, though, as we have 6 minutes left to go in the third. Icing waved off. Farnsworth back to get it. Holds up at the behind the net. Left it off for Fitzpatrick in the near corner. Chipped out of the zone. Now Riley collects at the red line. He'll dump it right back in. Salado will slow it up there in the corner. Farnsworth up the wall. Left for Martizan. He'll just chip it out as Mason City was getting a change. Across for Crane. He'll fire it in. Saved by Salado. Rebound there, but played off into the corner by Lundgren. Now a loose puck comes out in front off a body and wide of the net. Werner able to take a couple of hits. Omaha can't clear the zone just yet. A bouncing puck back into the corner. Lundgren with time. Tape-to-tape pass for Werner. Crossed the red line. Tried to split the gap and does. He'll race for it into the corner. Battling with Crane for it. Now Lloyd comes away with it. Backhand pass into the center. Intercepted by Barnhart and tossed back into the Mason City zone. Crane on the regroup. Tried to hit a man coming off the bench. Just in front of him and back into the Mason City zone. Now up top for Bieber. Has that his own blue line. Cross ice pass for Despinas. In front from Canteris. Couldn't dish it across for Bieber, though, as Omaha intercepts. Now Allred getting his stick in the way that time. 50-50 battles at center. Wilmers comes away with it. Starts up ice. Walks in. Fires. Save Radcliffe. Hit him right in the chest, and he'll eat the rebound for the whistle. 4:17 left to go in the hockey game. Omaha holding on to the 1-goal lead. Came off the stick of Michael Chase. Shortly after, Mason City had tied it up at 2 after a power play goal. Played in over the head of Statcham. It's going to check up. No icing. Never made it to the line. Banaszak knocks his man off the puck and then wraps it over to the far side. Knocked in off a body. A bouncing puck picked up by Statcham again. Played up for Allred across the red line into the Mason City zone. He's pinched off at the wall right there. Back out at center, Statcham right back in. Omaha will touch up. Hubbard starts to regroup off the glass, right to the stick of Chase. He'll hang on to it. Threw it to a soft spot, but Mason City first one on it. They'll dump it in and then get fresh bodies out. Nice bank pass for Chase off the wall by Statcham. Trying to get around the man. Shot by Chase. Goes off the post. Did it go in? It did. Mikey Chase, his second of the game, makes it 4-2 Omaha. Chase walks out from the corner and able to beat Radcliffe over his shoulder. He makes it 4-2 Omaha with 3:24 left to go in the third. Right back on the attack. Martizan will let one fly. This one goes over the net. And Chase got ran into there by Rulo. Played out to Scott at the red line. He'll just dump it in deep. 3 minutes left to go in the game. Salado just wraps it up this near side wall. It finds its way all the way out of the zone. Now Farnsworth across the red line. Nice move, but gets tripped up. Call coming up on Mason City. Farnsworth tried to cut to the inside, and looks like Bargain's skate just collided with Farnsworth. That's going to be 2 minutes for tripping on Mason City. And they'll head to the power play with 2:44 left to go in this third period. Off the draw, Omaha able to control. Eiler trying to turn and center it down low, but he's tied up there at the benches. Farnsworth, a couple nice moves at the blue line, in onside, shot fired on, saved by Radcliffe. Bador there to hold the line, across for Farnsworth, free lane to the net, walks in, fires off the glove of Radcliffe. Bador trying to kick it back and hold the zone, can't do it, and it's sent all the way into the Omaha end. Farnsworth now controlling in behind. Bador out from behind the net all the way into the Mason City zone. A move around one on to his backhand and couldn't get a shot off. Now holding, fires through traffic wide of the net. Another try wide by Fitzpatrick, and this one clears the zone. Farnsworth trying to spin away from some pressure. Played into the zone by Despotis. Race for it there. Nice play by Farnsworth to move it across for Bador and out of harm's way. 45 seconds left to go in the Omaha power play. Played up ahead for Werner. Gets around one, now walks into the zone. Stretched up ahead, but Radcliffe diving out of his crease on top of the puck to make the save as Martisan was cutting in, trying to beat him to that loose puck. 1:18 left to go in the hockey game. Omaha with a 2-goal lead thanks to Michael Chase. Right after Mason City had tied it up on the power play, he got the goal to break the tie and make it 3-2, and then followed it up with another beautiful goal to make it 4-2. Bador across the line and into the zone. Drops it off for Werner. Gets it back, throws it out in front. A bouncing puck through the crease. Mason City able to play it out of danger. Banaszak walks in, looking for a tip in front, but kicked out by Radcliffe. Bargan out of the box now. Mason City back to full strength, under a minute left to go. Played to the side of the net by Parson. A little trouble there from Mason City. Excuse me. Now held there at the half wall. Cross ice pass to the tape of Canteris. Has a man streaking to the net. Finds him. Desponis a try. Nice save, Salado. Turns around, fires. Hit a body in front. Never made it on net. Now Eiler trying to chip it around a couple of forecheckers. Held in the zone. Mason City gets the extra attacker out there with the empty net. But not enough time, as that'll do it. It was a back-and-forth hockey game the whole way out in Omaha. Able to scrap and claw their way to another 2-goal victory as a big 2 points will go into the standings, trying to chase down the Oak Leafs for that second spot in the playoffs. Well, that does it for our coverage here of the Omaha Junior Lancers today. Omaha winning by a final score of 4-2. For Pat D'Agosto, I'm Zach Krause. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the start of the Junior Varsity matchup. You're watching Junior Lancer Hockey on the Omaha Hockey Network.